If I got something you need, it's yours. Consider it yours. Okay? That's what that means. Selling their possessions and goods, they gave to anyone as he had a need. Every day they continued to meet together. And they broke bread in their homes and they ate together with glad and sincere hearts. A church that's happy? Hey! They were a church that's glad about something? Okay, I'm teasing. All right. Praising God and enjoying the favor of all people. Oh, their reputation. And the Lord, why? What's this? Because of that reputation, the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. Wow! Let me show you real quick. So they were defined by 4 things. Love of the Word, fellowship and breaking bread, sharing and giving, and prayer. This vibrant, excited, devoted group of believers sought to learn more about their faith and then desired to live out their faith in love for each other. Hello! Because of this, they had great favor with all people, and they grew like crazy. I was telling Terry this morning, you know, when in the flood, that's a bad word. The flood, we're driving a car that was in the flood today. It was like getting here, we're trying to drive it. So anyway, because my Suburban, that's another story. So we're in our flood car today because the Suburban had a little difficulty yesterday. And so I was telling Trey this morning, remember how the nation marveled at Nashville? Don't got to reach your puberty. How the nation, Anderson Cooper, all these people, oh, Nashville, wow, look at them, how they help each other and all that. And then it was over. Listen, that's a picture of the church. That's what these people were doing. What you remember that was going on a year ago, hey, I'll help. Let me come paint. Let me come do this. I'll go to Aunt Gail's, or I'll rebuild Mama's house, and sign me up. I'll help. And that's what this is talking about. They go, listen, here's what I have. This is what I have to give, and I'm yours. You need something from me, it's yours. You need money, you need time, whatever you need. They loved each other, and their love of the Word translated into living it out together. That's what I've been talking about. Our love of the Word and our love of Jesus, it doesn't just punctuate with a period right there. It's a comma, and then there's a conjunction, and they walked it out in love with each other. That's a reputation we need. What can I do for you? See, here's what it wasn't just like they go, yeah, so-and-so needs some money. But it's like the shower that's happening this afternoon. Like, what can we do? What can we do to help you fulfill God's purpose and calling in your life? God has something for you. I want to be a part of that. How thrilling would that be? But you know what we do? I'm going to sound like the preacher here a minute. Here's what we do. We are so selfish and self-consumed. I get home, okay, let's see. What's on? And we had this talk with Garrison today. I was trying to temper what I was trying to say with it. You know what? I'm not totally against all of those things, but it's like our leisure. Do I have time to go here? Never mind. Okay. I'm going to put that one. I got to say that. That's too good. We got to be a part of each other's lives. Listen to me. I need you. I do. That's hard for me to say. I got to be honest. I told somebody yesterday, sometimes I am proud to a fault. My West Texas redneck, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, you don't need anybody. That's how I was raised, and it's a fight to get out of that. Just because I was raised that way doesn't mean it's right. It's wrong. I need you. And I know that when I say I need you, that I'm revealing a part of me that might get hurt. But see, when I can do it myself, you can't can't hurt me. I mean, I may fall, but it's not going to be because you. Does that make sense? And it's wrong. I'm admitting that that's wrong, and I'm trying. And because of a wound in the past from church, I'm like a turtle that wants to stick my head back in the shell. And like, nope, I'm not getting out again. I'm not sticking my neck out again because it got locked off last time. By the way, did y'all know church people can be cruel? You probably didn't know it, but yeah. Listen, I don't want that as our reputation. So anyway, I need you. Here's the deal. You need me. We need each other. I have something that you desperately need. And I'm committing to you today. You got something, I have something that you need, I will give it to you. And I'll give it to you with everything I've got. But you have something I need. We have to live like this. We have to live like this before Him. God, we sang that. All I have is yours. When we sing that song, I open my hand. Lord, all I have is yours. Every single breath. What was the song here? That part of worship? Yeah, that song that Maggie led us in. All I have is yours. We say this to the Father. All I have is yours. And this is the hard part. And we bring our hands down and go, and all I have is yours. That's what Acts chapter 2 is talking about. Not this. We cannot live this way. We cannot live hanging on to our stuff. Terry was talking this morning. She said, oh, Bobby, isn't it going to be awesome when this thing happens and we get to give so much away? Did you see the NASCAR race? I'm not a huge NASCAR guy, but I was trying to see the end of it so I could ask Alan, how it was when, whoever won. And so we were watching the end of it, and Abby was sitting with me. And we were watching the highlight. I'm going to embarrass you. Remember you said last week, nobody can embarrass me. Here it comes. Here it comes. Y'all ready? So we're watching, and this kid, he just turned 20 the day before. And so the commentator goes, last year, the Daytona 500 check for the winning driver was $1.5 million. And I don't know what it's going to be this year. They hadn't told it all up. But what does a 20-year-old do with $1.5 million? And he goes, give it all away. In fact, some of my best friends are in missions, and I can't wait to give them juicy checks. And I'm going, yeah! And Abby goes to my bedroom, gets on my computer, gets on her Facebook page, and changes her status. I'm a NASCAR fan now. Because this kid was so good looking, but then he has this heart that just beats for Jesus. She's a NASCAR fan. Next Sunday, she's going to come to church in her black number 21 shirt. Did I get you? Not even red. Oh, mercy. Tell me quickly what you heard.
We cannot be defined by our failures.
Attaboy, Carol. I will not be defined. Yeah. She's going, thank you, Jesus. I will not be defined by my failures.
Do they know me in hell?
Do they know me in hell? Maybe it's how are we known in hell? Maybe yeah. Oh, mercy. Yeah, they know some of us in hell. All right. How are we known in hell? Good. Somebody else, what did you hear?
Don't live in the past.
Don't live in the past. Attaboy, Bob.
Stand if we even stand by ourselves.
Yeah. Stand if you even have to stand alone. Atta girl. Yeah, got to do it together.
We need to be an Acts 2 church.
Mm-hmm. Need to be an Acts 2 church.
Learn that you need us.
Yeah.
We need a good reputation.
Attaboy. What's your name?
Trey.
Trey. Attaboy, Trey. God, give that young man a reputation that will last for hundreds of years. God, would you use Trey and do something in his life and do through him that would advance the kingdom in a way that his reputation might go on and on and on and on. God, use Trey tonight. Somebody else?
Don't let all the wrong stuff take you down.
Yes, sir. Somebody else?
If you're mad at your other church, don't come here.
we were, I swore I would never talk about that church. That's not right. You know, at our other church, we did this. I won't go there. But one of the deals at that church, we really concentrated on our growth being from the young church. I don't want transfer growth. Transfer growth is going to happen. There'll be people, you know, that who you know, we're the flavor of the month, and so they come from their church, and then, you know, they'll eat that flavor a while, and then down the street will have a different flavor, and you know, so that's transfer growth. Not interested. You know, it'll come, and it's just part of it. What I want to see in church. That's the good stuff. That's awesome. Okay, anyway, all right, good. That would Joe. Somebody else. Yeah. If you're unhappy, if you're unhappy, come talk to us. It's not right. We don't use the word fair in our home. That's not fair. But if you're unhappy, it's, you know, don't talk about it amongst all this little deal and, you know, everybody get all worked up about it. If you're unhappy, it needs to be taught. It's scriptural. I mean, I'll show it to you. So scriptural. If you've got a problem, you come see me or one of the leaders of the church.
You want custodians on that?
I don't know if we can do that while the tape's running. Stoney goes, you want the Stonyism on that? I'm afraid of what that would sound like. I do want to hear it though. Yeah. Yeah. Be brave warriors. Let's go get it. Get over it.
We need warriors that will swing the sword with all their hands thanks to it. Which means perseverance. Keep going.
Can I tell you, I know what time it is. Can I, listen, this is the conversation that we've had in our house. Now, remember I made a commitment to you, I do not talk about you. I will not talk about you in a bad way. I won't do it. I commit that to you. You can't get me to talk about someone in a negative. It's unhealthy. It's wrong. I think it's sinful. I really do. It's sinful. So this conversation was not that. But when we talk about you, we talk about how in these last months, Steve, there have been many in this room who have hung onto the sword and kept swinging and they're, so that their hands, listen, you've done well to fight through this difficult season. And I'm so proud of you. And the reason it's getting exciting now has to do with because of how you handled the last few months. It really is because you've been faithful and you've worked and you've prayed and you've cried and you've believed and you've hoped. And this is the reason for that. So yes, we need brave warriors, but I want to say you are and you have been. I'm proud of you for that. Isn't that good? Hey, I said something about an invitation. We're going to have an invitation without music, and then we'll do our